Kelly, and this is Kelly Hill Yoga. Welcome back to my channel here on YouTube. I am so excited to share this practice with you. I know I say that every video, but today is really important because it's all about just de-stressing, clearing out all that muddy, cruddy cobwebs, anxiety, stress, overthinking things, getting that out of the mind, working with the body and the breath, and just really finding that spot to clear the mind and just feel good at the end of this practice. So today we will start in child's pose. Your choice on variation here. I just really like to take a nice wide knee child's pose, always working on my hip flexibility, but if you want to have those knees nice and close, please do. So walk your hands out in front of you, bring your forehead to the mat. And let's just start to bring ourselves inward through the breath. Really start to focus on this time and space today. Build a little bubble around your mat. Not always an easy thing to do when we're doing this in our own space, but do the best that you can to kind of turn off all those distractions, everything that might be happening outside this space, and just come with you and yourself in the breath in this moment. We're not trying to over control, getting overly complicated, just what feels organic to you in this moment. And as you breathe in and out, and inhale and exhale, maybe really pay attention to how that breath feels. How does that inhale feel as it enters through the nose, into the body, and then maybe explore what that exhale might bring, some release possibly, a restful state. And if you're having one of those days, that's totally okay. Hopefully the further we get in this practice, we'll just really start to feel good, clear the mind, and know that you're here, you're present. That's what really matters. You could stay here in child's pose this whole entire next little space of time that we spend together. That would be totally okay. You're listening to you and yourself, what you need. Sometimes just hiding in a room by yourself, taking the time to turn off everything, just be there with you and yourself, is really what we need. So on our next inhale, we're going to start to come forward onto the forearms, trying to stay as low down to the mat as possible, dragging ourselves forward and up onto our hands into this little variation on tabletop, dropping the hips forward. Exhale, round through the spine, shift the hips back and back into child's pose. So repeat this. This is just really awesome full body wake up, kind of combining a bunch of things instead of just that traditional cat and cow, which sometimes it's just nice to add a little variation into our practice, change things up, get creative. And if this doesn't feel right to you, you just want to rock out some traditional cat and cow, dropping the belly, rounding through the spine as you exhale, you're more than welcome to. I just love to change things up based on my mood. And today I just really felt like being creative. And then maybe as you come forward with the hips, rocking from side to side, maybe rocking out some hip circles, coming back, just really welcome you to be nice and fun and playful in this. Find that movement. And the more we move and start to match that breath, all that other stuff really starts to ebb away. And then it's just about you being aware of where you're at in the space, how you feel. Kind of scary when you think about it, but awesome and beautiful at the same time. Nice. And then we'll just, when we're ready, walk the knees back into that traditional tabletop, knees under the hips. And we're just going to do a little thread the needle here, really waking up the spine before we get into some movement today. So we'll inhale, reach this right arm up, really open up through the side body, even take the gaze up to the sky. Exhale, thread this right arm underneath the left, come onto that ear and shoulder. Find what feels good here, so maybe walking this left arm out, have it nice and straight, or find a fun little bind by taking this left hand behind the low back, almost reaching for this right hip crease. But wherever you're at in this moment, just really start to release, especially with the exhale. Remembering to breathe and not hold our breath in any posture. Awesome. Place that left hand back down on the mat. Press into it. Reopen up nice and slow on this right side. And then have that right hand come to meet the left. Take it to the other side. So inhale, this left arm goes up, really opening up. Exhale, thread that arm through. Awesome. Come onto that shoulder and ear. Find that little stretch. Stay here, or maybe play around with where this arm is at. Kind of gazing under this little armpit. Or bringing this right arm behind the back. Maybe even close the eyes for a moment. Awesome. Bring this right hand down, back up to meet the left. And we're going to tuck our toes and come to sit back on the heels just for a moment here. Grabbing that little pinky toe, getting that stretch out on the bottom of the feet. Feels so good. Hang out here. Or maybe if you want to come back, get a nice little quad stretch. We'll take the hands behind the hips. Get a beautiful stretch all along the front side of the body here. Pulling the chest up, palms down, fingers facing the back. Awesome. Maybe even let that head fall back. And slowly contract here to come forward, maybe shifting to the side, then coming forward. We'll come on our hands, shift the hips up and back into our first downward dog. Take the time here to walk out your little dog, maybe bending one knee, straightening in the other. Just find that space and energy. We're not on the mat too long today. This is just really about getting that move and groove, listening, being strong, present. Awesome. So find stillness in this downward dog now. And now we'll take 3 really good rounds of breath. So inhale through your nose and exhale. Inhale through the nose and exhale. Maybe find that release. Awesome. On this last inhale, bend your knees, take the gaze forward, and we'll just step up towards the top of our mat into a forward fold. But playing around today, we're going to take a nice wide leg forward fold. So bring our feet to the outer edge of our mat, hanging out in this forward fold. Maybe grab the elbows. And then we're going to rock from side to side. Awesome. And then on our next inhale, release those arms and come to a flat back. As we rise up with that inhale, we're holding this flat back, right? Trying to be parallel to the ground, really using the muscles in our back to stay strong. Belly is activated, so we're not dumping. Little gentle bend in the knees. So imagine you're pulling those hips towards the back and up of your space. Holding in this flat back, awesome. Staying strong, gaze is straight down. Exhale, fold forward. Awesome. Now let's root to rise, arms up and overhead. Palms to our heart space. Awesome. Walk our feet back to about hip width, or if you want to keep them wide, you're more than welcome to. Nice and strong. And then we're going to inhale, reach the arms up. Grab the left wrist with the right hand and just gently shift over to the right. A little side stretch. Inhale, come back up. Grab the right wrist with the left hand. Gently shift over to the left. Awesome. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, sit the hips back to chair. Awesome. Stay strong here. Belly button is pulled in. Arms are out in front of us. Awesome. Shift our weight into the left foot and see if you can do a big, strong step back to crescent with the right. Step back to that crescent. Awesome. Inhale, find some height in the hands. Really strong in this crescent or high lunge. Exhale, open up to warrior two. Awesome. Sink in this posture, holding, staying strong. Inhale, reach up and overhead. Peaceful warrior. Exhale, back to warrior two. Awesome. Straighten in this front leg. Reach this right arm forward. Shift into triangle. Awesome. Maybe even take that gaze up to that lifted thumb. Really strong here. Press into both feet. Micro bend in this front knee. You're doing great. Imagine somebody's pulling those hips back. Awesome. As we inhale, we'll rise back up to warrior two. So re-bending in this front leg. Awesome. Pivot on the back foot. Come back into crescent. Awesome job. Stay strong. Now with one big powerful movement, see if you can come back up into that chair. So press through your front and back foot. Big movement coming up and into chair again. Awesome. Working on our legs. De-stressing today. Quick movements. Strong, stable. You're doing great. Transition the weight into the right foot. Step back with the left. High lunge. Awesome. Doing that little sequence on the other side. If you need to adjust the feet, please do so. Think train tracks to find stability in this high lunge or crescent. Awesome. Inhale, find height. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Beautiful job. Gaze out over that middle finger, that right hand. Sink down, strong legs. Reach up and behind us, peaceful warrior. Exhale, back to warrior two. Awesome. Straighten in this front leg. Shift into triangle. So our right hand reaches down for the shin, ankle, or mat, depending on where you're at. Maybe even grab a block. Left arm reaches up. Imagine that there's a wall behind you and you're trying to get everything on that wall. Awesome. Few rounds of breath here. Remembering to breathe. The breath is just a beautiful ability to calm us. Tell us if we're in the right space. If you're having trouble breathing, maybe really bend in this front leg or come out of this posture altogether. Awesome. Inhale, rise back up to warrior two. Pivot on this back foot. High lunge or crescent. Awesome. Big, powerful movement. Back to that chair. Hop forward. Sit the hips back. Chair. Awesome. You're doing great. Inhale. Stay for the exhale. Awesome. And forward fold. Let everything hang down. Boo, yeah. We just did some awesome movement. That heart is probably really pumping. Body's trying to catch up with the mind. Mind is trying to catch up with the body. Let's grab our elbows. Gently rock from side to side. Great job. And inhale, halfway lift, flat back again, nice and strong. Exhale, find that fold, really bent knees, then root to rise, arms up, overhead, palms to our heart's face. Awesome. Great job, everyone. Now rocking and rolling here, starting to take this energy that we've built up and get moving and grooving. So we're just going to repeat that same sequence we just did. And the beautiful thing is when we repeat things, we have the ability to find some rhythm in it. So you find these little movements really get fluid and wave-like, especially when we match breath to movements. You know where we're going. So inhale the arms up. Exhale, sit those hips back. Awesome. Transition the weight into our left foot. Step back, big movement. Right foot back to that crescent lunge. Awesome job. Stay strong. Inhale, find some height here. Exhale, open up. Warrior two. Beautiful. Remembering to breathe through this. Inhale, really deeply. Peaceful warrior. Exhale, back to warrior two. Beautiful in our movement. Straightening this front leg. Come into triangle. Awesome. Lengthen both sides of the body in this triangle. Beautiful. Maybe take that gaze up to the thumb. Awesome. Inhale. Back to that warrior two. Sinking down. Pivot on the back foot. Shift those hips so they face forward. Nice and square. Facing forward, crescent lunge. Awesome. Beautiful job here. Stay strong. Big movement. Hop forward and up into our chair again. Awesome. Staying strong. The legs are probably on fire right now. That's totally okay. Getting all those cobwebs out, building energy, transition over to the right foot. Big step back with the left, crescent lunge. Awesome, find your balance. I almost fell over. Totally okay if you have some little hops and skips. Awesome, inhale, height with the spine. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Beautiful. Inhale, flip that palm up and overhead, peaceful warrior. Exhale, back to warrior two. Beautiful. Straighten in this front leg. Transition into triangle by tipping forward, hinging at the hips, reaching down for that ankle or shin. Beautiful. Staying strong here. Awesome. Inhale, rise back up to that warrior two. Pivot on your back foot. Shift the hips to face forward. Arms come up. Awesome. Beautiful crescent. Big, strong movement here. And we're going to come into a forward fold this time. So hop forward, feet together. Find that forward fold. Awesome. Great job. Notice that heart pumping, moving and grooving. Beautiful. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, let's plant the hands, step the right foot back, lower this back knee. Awesome. Shift the hips back. single leg split. Nice micro bend in this left knee. Flipping that tailbone up. Flat back as much as you can here so we're not crunching and rounding through. Almost like we're pulling our chest forward and our hips back. Awesome. Stay strong here. Then rebend in this front knee. Awesome. Right hand stays on your mat. Left reaches up. Low lunge twist. Awesome. Then maybe even take this left hand and reach back towards that right thigh. Finding a nice deep twist here, really spiraling that chest up towards the sky. Awesome. Bring everything forward again, back in this low lunge. Lift the back knee. Awesome. And then transition to downward dog. Awesome. Back in this downward dog. Nice and strong. Beautiful job here. And now, without using momentum, we're going to take our right leg, our right leg, and step up into runner's lunge. So step without using that three-legged dog momentum, just all the power of your midsection to step into this runner's lunge. Awesome. Then lower this back knee, tuck or untuck the toes, your choice. Shift the hips back, single leg split on this other side. Awesome. Once again, getting fun and creative with our transitions. Find what feels good. Really having our chest pull forward, hips back. A few rounds of breath here as we start to head downstream. Awesome. Rebend in this front knee. Left hand stays on the mat. Right reaches up. And then maybe even taking it a step further if you're wanting and reaching for that left thigh with the right hand. Awesome. Spiraling that chest up towards the sky. Really opening up. Not dumping anywhere. Awesome. And then bring that right hand back down and we'll come into tabletop. Awesome. Nice and strong here. Maybe a little bit of movement. And then we'll come to sit on our feet. Toes are not tucked. If this is too much for you, please do have a blanket underneath. Just taking a moment here, hands on the thighs to kind of ride this wave of energy that we really built up with that repeating of that sequence. Start to embrace and come back to how we're feeling in this moment. So inhale through the nose. And observe the breath now that we're in a different space, different time, even within a different energy. So maybe pay attention to where and what has happened, where that breath is maybe wanting to travel to, where the mind is wanting to go within us. Eyes are nice and closed. Awesome. Now let's walk ourselves forward into child's pose. Forehead will come down to the mat. Just a moment here. that breath downstream, noticing a shift, loving where we're at, being okay with where we're at. You're still here. So even if you're still having one of those days, it's totally okay. Stimulating the circulation, getting some endorphins going through some movement. Just a beautiful way to de-stress. Clear the mind with movement, breath, purpose. I welcome you to stay here, just in this beautiful child's pose. Maybe even taking the arms back towards the feet. Let the shoulders get heavy. Embrace this little compression that the thighs give you into the belly, even stimulating the organs within that space. Please do stay here in this restful state, just you and your organic breath. Gentle inhale and exhale. Thank you so much for practicing with me here today at Kelly Hill Yoga. Please do not forget to hit that like button, comment, tell me if you loved this practice, or even what maybe worked, didn't work. I'd love to hear feedback. And do not forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for spending this time, space, and energy with me today. I really do appreciate you all. Thank you, and I love you.